Alright. Gotta set up this game capture right quick.
I was supposed to go with him, but and when I got home, I was just like, I didn't get any sleep last night. I was bummed. That's small you're playing.
Was ist das? Oh, yeah, you have napkins.
Cats. I put the wrong one in.
I didn't know you had 2 kitty cats.
Yeah, he usually hides.
Yeah, I think you.
What is yours? I figured it. One's dripping.
You know, you would think in a to-go order they would put a little plastic cap on it.
Maybe like a little ribbon. Like, hey, this is yours.
Oh, good.
Oh, great.
This is... I feel like this is gonna be Yandere Simulator.
Adorable, amazing, you'll love it. I'm so excited.
You ever heard of Higurashi?
No.
I'm getting big Higurashi vibes. Ah!
Don't worry, it's adorable, you'll love
Do you
it.
have a napkin?
Yes.
Or several?
That's fine. But Uncle Bell thought I should have all of them.
Yeah, I'll take all the napkins.
Alright, you guys.
For good reason.
Thank you.
Many
Thank
thank
you.
yous.
I'm gonna go play pool.
Have fun. I love you.
That sounds like awesome.
That does sound like awesome.
Sounds
You
like
guys
awesome.
look out Eagles and you tell them if you want to come out.
Okay. I mean, you know, me and my dad and Faith can go out to, what is it, the hub or something? The valley down there. We should invite you.
Yeah.
Alright, okie dokie.
Yeah, my dad just bought too. He'll do that for sure. So.
Anytime. Alright.
Have a good one.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ah! Hey, there we go. Alright, I don't have sound on TV though.
Oh no. I can fix that.
Ceci's like, goddamn.
Well, my drink. My ice cream is drink.
Alright, Doki Doki Literature Club. My first time.
Fix this out for you.
Never played this game once.
By Beastly477. Intro.
With commentary.
Provided by...
The following sponsors. Da, 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 da.
and from viewers like you. Thank you. Alright, settings, full screen, text speed. Don't have to worry about frame rate on this.
No.
Okay.
In fact, I don't.
Is it gonna be like a lot of adventuring around and like trying to find items and stuff? Okay.
Oh, it did not give you any warnings. Cool. The warnings are if you have depression, anxiety, or I don't know, something else.
Easily triggered. There
Very
was a
easy.
lot of.
This is for
If
18
you
and
think
up.
you can't handle it, do not play it. Is what it was saying.
Yeah.
For dating?
Yeah.
I guess maybe I get dumped and go into depression or something? I don't know. I mean,
know.
like, I do suffer from those things, but I'm on pills for it, so I don't feel them much lately.
That
Right.
rejection got you down, I guess. Is kind of
I guess. Like, damn. Hey!
2 hours will probably get to the good point.
I wouldn't
I
know.
see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance,
Okay.
waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention
Oh,
she
come
might draw
on.
to herself.
Are you gonna read this out loud? That's gonna be
No, come
amazing.
on, voice Sayori.
What?
You, voice
No,
Sayori.
you can vote Sayori.
There
That
were
girl is
girls. They
Sayori,
have
my
some
neighbor and good
responsibility.
friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up.
Oh, we might
Ah.
not make it in 2 hours.
But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Oh. But she's my friend.
I'll voice
However, I just sigh
Yuki.
Yuri.
I'll voice Lana.
and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
Prep and purple.
Ugh. I overslept again!
I'm not voicing it like that.
I am not doing anything else. But I got you this time!
Oh god. This is gonna be an experience.
Wait, why do you call yourself that?
I did not call myself
Did you
Denton.
do a new game?
I sure did.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Can you go to settings? We might have to start over.
I'd go to main menu.
Yeah. You can click straight through to this stuff anyway.
Okay, I will click new game this time. I
Okay.
promise
I'm
you.
watching.
Yeah, just threw them in. Is there...
Oh my god, what? Is there a way to...
Oh. Quiet. No, that's still her. Settings. Help?
Help! Nope.
I mean, we could be dead, but... She's already, like, 3 days.
I don't like that.
Help!
History, maybe?
No, history is whatever dial. I don't know. I guess
We're just gonna play Denton.
Yeah, we're gonna play that. That's fine.
Cool. Great.
We got 11. That's not me.
Oh, maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me.
Oh my god.
That's mean, Denton.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you
Wonder-
did wait for me after all.
I wonder if they can even hear you.
I don't know.
Let me check.
Okay.
Because this is pointless if they can't.
They're like, what are these long pauses?
Yep, I heard her.
Cool. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near,
wanna do this.
the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Denton,
Oh god.
have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
That's her.
I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Same.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. I do a lot. I don't know who I want to be.
Rough.
And I know you're happy now, but I'd die of the thought if you became a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
That'd be neat.
You trust me, right? Don't make... Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright.
You don't actually have to click the arrow.
You don't?
I never wandered out of the box, but anywhere in the box definitely works.
Yeah. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
So at least... Oh my god. I can't read anymore. That's all. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Hey!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that,
Sure,
I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside her head. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs.
It's literally
I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Sayori must have come into the classroom while spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
No what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori...
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would help or be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me new member. Huh? I glance around the room.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Was that me?
No.
Oh, oops, damn it!
What?
I'm not sure.
I didn't get to say the thing.
I
if you go to
right-clicked
history-
by accident.
Ooh. Go to history.
Will it?
I broke the game.
Okay,
Oh.
you glance around the room.
Okay.
There you go.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing your voice. Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy?
Oh my god.
Way to kill the atmosphere.
With that voice here.
Ah, Denton! What a nice surprise!
Oh,
Welcome to the club!
I only have to do one. Cool.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
Nani?
Nani the fuck?
What are you looking at? You want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Natsuki. And by that I mean Yuri.
Natsuki!
The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
You can't just ignore her when she's moody. You can just ignore her. Is what I meant to say.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns backward towards the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
It sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Denton. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league.
Yeah.
So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
But you see his thought process. That's all I'm saying. Oh. Come sit down, Denton. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica.
I wish we could have changed the name. It's so embarrassing.
I'll get the cupcakes.
Fine.
Anytime we read Denton, you can just say Dustin. How about
No.
that?
No.
No?
No, she's determined.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
And how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the center of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ah!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one.
Sayori grabs the first one, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full, and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
Oh, made them for you or anything.
Yeah? I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you know, you dummy.
Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teacher gives us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief.
Why?
Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay, don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone! Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised that there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting out all the effort to start something so brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah.
I do have ice cream.
I think he has soup.
Ice cream soup. That's that good shit, though.
We'll do our best.
You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
I don't want to say my own name.
Hi, Ghost.
Too late.
So Denton, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements, such as usually immerse me as well. Can't speak. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
Oh, here we go. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri may as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Oh, I hate horror, sorry.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind. Also, I'd like to point out that there's piano music playing, just so you know. Nothing else.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
There's been piano music playing the whole time.
What? Yeah, I know. What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! Hey, give that back.
Fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hand on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. What do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki averts her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet?
Yuri is somehow on mute. What are you trying to say, Yuri?
Speak to me, Yuri.
What's going on, Yuri?
Oh.
Please.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Natsuki. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone.
What?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
I like my lines.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Denton? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Eh? What's that? Now that we're back on the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori might have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But...
I'm sorry. I thought...
You all.
This will work.
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
Really did scare me for a minute.
If you really just came for cupcakes, I would be super mad.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone, remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over me once more. And I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Den, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Hey!
And with that, the two of us depart from the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright! I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts off with writing a poem tonight. It's time to write a poem! Something good might happen with whomever likes your poem the most.
Just a note, there's no piano.
Obsessed with the piano, and I don't.
Must have some contextual meaning.
Probably.
I've watched too much Yandere Simulator.
How would you know that?
No, so he took their word.
They're jumping right now.
No, they have, watch as he picks something.
Oh.
30 jumps. That's a sailor.
I definitely did not notice that when I was playing that.
I knew right off the bat you were getting.
Was it his after image all along?
Dustin's over here thinking, why am I playing this?
I'm about to get dumped and go into a serious depression.
That's a great question. Wouldn't you like to find out?
I think I know where this is going.
Do you?
Yeah.
I would love to know your thoughts.
No, because you're gonna give something away.
Am I?
easily.
I will keep a straight face no matter what he says, but I would like to know his opinions.
Ledger. No, I'm just kidding. What?
What are your thoughts? What do you think's gonna happen?
You don't want to know.
I do want to know.
You should have had a hint when I asked if you'd seen Higurashi.
I haven't, but I have no idea what that means.
Google is your friend.
Oh my god.
I have not heard of this.
I can't look it up now.
So what's your thought process on how you're choosing these? I definitely just went through and looked at each word and went, this is my favorite word out of all these.
Faith. Faith.
That's it.
That is my thought process.
But what's your thought process as you choose words?
It's kind of random. Entropy. Damn.
I definitely chose that.
I am 100% getting murdery vibes. That's all I'm gonna say.
I definitely was like, ooh, I like entropy. Like, Imagination. There was two girls.
Cute. Boop.
Oh no.
You get different words than me.
Yeah, they switch them up. So I'm definitely gonna have so much more reading.
Good.
Hi again, Denton. Glad to see you didn't wear away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I am back at the literature club.
Yeah, I was a little worried that I would have.
I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
I was really
Thanks for keeping your promise, Denton. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. So you already told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in her club room.
Okay.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Or manga.
Manga is literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Denton always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Denton can become good friends too.
Sayori.
Sayori?
Oh.
Huh?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh! Yuri even brought you something today, you know.
Jesus
Would
Christ.
you like apricot? Or a bag?
That's not
Me? I have a bang.
Yes. Like you.
Can I has?
Yes.
No, that one.
I know.
Oh.
But I also was getting.
Oh.
Wait, Sayori?
Me?
Nope.
That's fine.
Many thank yous.
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Oh. Sorry. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not.
Yeah, I know you have more than two words.
What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Man, it looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slump down into the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I could always read some of the book Yuri gave me, but I'm feeling a little bit too tired to read. I could probably fall asleep right now. I close my eyes and I end up listening on Sayori's conversation with Monica.
We're probably gonna seem really lame compared to all those other clubs, though.
Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of a literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know? We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds.
That doesn't solve the problem, though.
Huh? What do you mean?
Even if we come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know? And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds.
What's this? Sayori is taking this really seriously. It's rare to hear her deliberate like this. Huh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think food will do the trick?
What kind?
Well, I guess we could...
Cupcakes!
Aha, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that.
Ah, you're right! Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly.
That wasn't why you suggested it?
Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Rude.
Cupcakes it is then.
Ice cream speaks to my creative tummy.
I'm hungry.
Anyway, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her get on my case about things. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes.
Yeah, that's one different.
That's interesting.
Oh, whoa!
Oh,
I
no,
opened my eyes
yeah,
to find Sayori's face filling my vision.
Fair enough.
I nearly fall out of my chair.
Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for sleeping like that. This isn't the napping club.
Does our school have a
Oh
napping?
my god.
No! You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're gonna have less time for anime, you know. You'll need to get used to it.
Don't say that so loud. I glanced over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard.
True, though.
Potat, gonna keep potatting.
Doesn't like to be adjusted.
That was hilarious. You were just like, yoink. Yeah, I know, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori.
It's what I do best.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you do for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you?
Not every day.
That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time?
It's a secret.
I knew it.
Come on. Just give me the benefit of the doubt.
Can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you.
Huh?
Sayori glances around at herself.
How's it written all over me?
You were clearly in a rush this morning. Look, your hair is sticking out all around here.
Huh?
I run my fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten it out. Man, you really need a brush for this.
My hair is just really hard to get right.
Yeah, I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain in your collar right here. I try to wipe off the stain with my finger.
But nobody would ever notice that.
Of course they would. Nobody's gonna tell you about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that.
Hey, you meanie.
And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet?
That's super mean.
Oh, sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how much better it looks, you'll change your mind. Oh my lord.
By the way, this is completely different than my experience already.
Completely.
This is so funny.
What is?
Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kinds of things.
Huh? Don't say that! You make me feel weird about it, stupid.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you?
I guess.
Hey, be careful. The button might come off.
Why is this one so hard to close?
Oh god.
I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this even fit you properly?
It did when I bought it.
If you ever buttoned it, you might have noticed sooner that it doesn't fit you anymore. Why are you smiling about it?
Yeah, just let the audience read that.
No.
Great.
Because my boobs are getting bigger again.
Don't say that aloud! Anyway, you look much better now, so, why does it feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that?
That's so stuffy. Not worth it at all.
Sayori hastily unbuttons her blazer once more.
Oof. It's so much better.
Sayori puts her arms out and twirls around.
So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right?
What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying it like it's a good thing?
Because if I had a boyfriend, then he wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned.
Stop saying all these embarrassing things!
I can't help it. What a reading.
I didn't say anything embarrassing.
Jeez, well, anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier.
Only if you focus on going to bed earlier.
Fine, fine. It's a deal.
I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning?
You're doing it again, Sayori.
Aw, but I was joking this time.
Man, it's impossible to tell with you sometimes. Okay, everyone! Huh? Monica suddenly calls out. Why don't we share the poems we wrote now?
Yay! Then I can't wait to read yours!
I definitely thought that
Yeah, same.
I thought you got the other.
Oh. Yeah,
I
same.
fail to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet on loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Yuri! Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. Excuse me. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading.
Oh. Sorry. I forgot to start speaking. I did that a lot, I didn't realize.
It's fine, don't force yourself.
I'm not. I need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading it, though.
Ah, so it's that bad.
No! Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry.
Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes, and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying?
Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuke can be a little biased though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about other people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself or to me or Natsuke. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Was that bathing? It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to love withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
I had that same problem. I was like, what? I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
It took you a long time to read.
Well, I just don't read script very often. Actually, I think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive.
Oh, it wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose.
Are you into ghosts, Yuri?
Uh-huh. Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Denton.
Really?
I must have...
Oh, I must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive.
It's nothing, really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things, too.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying.
I'm counting on you.
Should make it interesting. Talk to myself.
Go for it.
Hi, Denton. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities, or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring new things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Denton. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier we're all learning to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like this one. It makes me think of something Sayori would say. Is that so? You and Sayori really are good friends, right? I wouldn't be surprised if you had those sort of things in common. Well... we may be good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case. But maybe there are also some similarities you wouldn't expect. The way she talks about you... It sounds like the two of you really care about each other's well-being. Even if you show it in different ways, it ends up being more similar than you'd think. So I think that's the kind of vibe I get when I'm reading your poem. You sure you're not reading into it too much? I could be. Oh gosh, I sound like Yuri. But in any case, Sayori's writing has kind of a gentle feel to it. I can tell that she likes exploring it with emotions, like happiness and sadness. Who knew that someone so happy would enjoy sad things too? Yeah, that's totally unexpected. Well, to each their own. And you shouldn't be afraid to experiment a little bit either. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't try to force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. I see the direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, yeah. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm really not the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to write down something on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening.
Also different advice.
A lot of words for you.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, that's about what I'd expect from someone like you.
Oh, you're not doing the
Well,
deep
that's a
voice.
little blunt.
Well, excuse me. It's not like you said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions.
So basically, it's not cute enough for your taste?
You want to get smacked?
I'll pass.
Ugh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it. I actually really like that one.
Right? That's my favorite.
Yeah. I told you you weren't gonna like
I like it.
it. What? Be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. But people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't that the point of people? Or point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight into the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but they made it fall flat on its purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did... I guess more went into that than I realized.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old anyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Alright. You ready? You're like, I'm gonna go from here to here.
That was actually perfect.
That was really good. Yeah.
Oh my goodness! This is so good, Jen!
Huh?
I love it!
I love it.
I had no idea you were such a good writer.
Sayori, you must be seriously overreacting. I'm not a good writer at all. I honestly have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, maybe that's why. Because I have no idea what I like either.
Jeez. Yuri's opinion was way more constructive than this. Are you sure you don't like it just because I wrote it?
Huh? Well, I'm sure that's part of it. I think I understand you better than a lot of other people, you know? So when I read your poem, it's not just a poem. It's a hidden poem. And that makes it feel extra special.
Even in this scene, I'm insane.
Like I can feel your feelings in it.
Sayori hugs the sheet against her chest.
Uh,
You're so weird, Sayori.
That's it.
uh-huh. I'm really happy that...
I'm really happy just that you wrote one. What is this sentence?
It just reminded me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? Like I said before, Dan. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? And that will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, but I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Hey! Now you read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. Actually, that was kind of cute. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No? Maybe a little?
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast!
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. Get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing.
No point.
Anyway, thanks for showing me.
Uh-huh. This is so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
You know what? Put that in the freezer.
Yeah, would you? I'd appreciate it.
You can put
Well, I guess I'll look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
Oh, what's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language. Yes. I was trying to say something nice.
I mean, you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Let's take a moment. Girls. Oh.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who I actually liked. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Denton did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long enough time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime, unless, of course, it comes across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Denton liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Huh? That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're just jealous that Denton appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Huh? And how do you know you didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Is everything okay?
Well, you know what? I was the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Denton started showing up.
Ooh.
Natsuki!
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve you! You were part of that.
Well,
you didn't say
I
anything.
didn't realize.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if I just noticed as if they just noticed I was standing there.
Denton. She's just trying to make me look bad.
That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Denton.
But wait! There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessary. I cannot read, what? Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Denton?
Well?
How did I get dragged into this mess in the first place?
Literally what Dustin's thinking right now.
It's not like I know anything about writing. But whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. So, of course, that's going to be... Natsuki? Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So, instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori?
Eh?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this?
Ooh.
Tintin.
Well, that's her problem. This isn't
Officially
about
further
her.
than me. In the game, I've seen more, but haven't played more. I agree. It's,
Oh, you agree to.
no idea. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being.
She would never. It's your immaturity that's made her upset in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why. Exactly why nobody likes.
Stop! Natsuki, Yuri! You guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences.
She's tearing up.
Was she?
Yeah, she has tears in her eyes.
Oh.
Natsuki's poems. They're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting?
Because
Well,
Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they've always been. Big and beautiful.
at least Faith could be embarrassed in first.
Very
Sayori...
You're the only one that's had to talk about
I
this.
Sayori
know.
stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression.
I'll make some tea.
Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So, this is why Sayori is vice president? I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing to me. Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own way, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
alright. Well, mostly.
Denton, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was neat to talk about it with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better.
I just realized how long it is to start.
I think to myself,
What a
I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means at least I can do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Tintin, ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Uh-huh.
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier?
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you.
Oh, you know, then, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Uh-huh. Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Nice day for poems, isn't it?
I love that. Yeah. She's the hardest words I know.
It'd be so easy.
Who?
You just do cute and shiny and...
Who?
No, cute shiny is Natsuki. Sayori. Difficult for me to pinpoint words on.
Oh well, he got it the first try.
I know.
I guess I relate to Natsuki, or to Sayori.
You want breakfast?
Yes.
I smelled that bacon. I was like, ooh, damn.
Nah.
Can't pass that up.
Yeah, I was like,
Are you gonna have a little extra? A little extra.
I did try to get him to make some.
My people call.
You said no. Well, you've still got 12 minutes.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Yeah,
This game's kind of fun.
And I think it's
It's a lot
more
of fun.
fun with all of us doing the voices.
Definitely.
Stupid.
Let's read this poem.
I
I
love.
regret all my decisions. My voice hurts.
I love.
this!
Yeah, I know, but I'm stuck with it now.
I love the thought of the shortest one being the big man.
She's
That's
tough,
hilarious.
dude.
I'm tough, yeah.
She's Ember Island tough.
She's definitely Ember Island tough.
The recap episode where it was
The play.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Ember Island Players, that's what it's called.
yeah. That's
Oh,
I love it when everyone's upset with their casting, and Toph's like, HELL YEAH!
it. The
I'm a
best,
man!
the best part about that was Toph looked like she was disappointed. She was like, and then she just, fuck yes.
Also, I fucking loved Toph in The Legend of Korra.
Yeah,
She was so accurate.
so good.
So
We
accurate.
still haven't discussed that with Faith.
Oh,
We'll have to do that. First, there's a poem to be made.
No.
You know, I'm pretty sure it orders them in order.
No. Same every
They
time.
like rotated.
No, it's definitely
No.
100%.
No. Ah.
My Mac.
Yeah, but-
oh, Denton.
What's wrong with your face?
That's the worst. Like the worst part of this whole experience is the fact that my name
You mean the best part?
I hate
I
it.
think you mean the best part. I was like, oh no, we need to change it, but then I saw your face as we talked, and I was like, never mind.
Jesus.
I hate it. What?
Screw it.
Oh, suicide. Well, they
Jesus!
they did say that you should be wary of playing this game. Or we did. 'Cause you
I think you're.
Seeing this poem being written, it fills you with determination.
Oh no.
You're definitely it. Yeah.
But did you? It was a two-way fun. You got it? Yeah! Okay. I like Destiny.
Because he's next.
Oh god. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
I hate it. What? Nah, it's been pretty back and forth.
No, it's not.
Boop.
I'm always gonna choose Boop. Fucking love Boop. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little bit more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Yo, Sari. Looks like you're in a good mood today.
I'm still not used to being in the club, that's all. You being in the club.
I see.
Much more different.
That's a pretty simple way, or a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway.
Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack?
No thanks.
That's not like you at all.
Oh, it's right. I don't care if you guys go outside. They won't get far.
I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sari?
Why that all of a sudden?
No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and finally gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori.
That's not fair. How'd you even know?
It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money, so I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves one option.
I give up. That made me feel guilty.
If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty.
Ahaha.
Yuri suddenly giggles. Huh?
Cereal.
I didn't notice that she was listening in. Her face is in her book, as always.
Oh, that's good.
Aha. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was hot. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book.
Good stuff.
Gary. Tell Dad to let me borrow some money.
That's... Don't get me involved in that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can reasonably afford.
Oh, it's
Is it?
done.
Are we sure?
For sure.
And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Ah! Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book.
I really like when you speak your mind, Gary. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you.
It's coming down.
Yeah.
That's...
I was like, maybe I'll work on my trailer tonight.
It's like 12 at night?
Yep.
Yep. There's no way you could think that.
You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution.
Retribution.
I heard my soul to say.
Dad!
I almost corrected you before I corrected you. Still, coming from you, Sayori. Because there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there?
You don't get to go next.
Ah!
Ah! It was someone was laughing. Hee.
Don't let her fool you.
It was your
Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she did tell you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me.
But you want to come if it weren't for the cupcakes. That is a trick Natsuki into making them.
Come on. Give me more credit than that, Sayori.
No. What?
What?
Quap!
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the
I
desk.
thought you smacked her.
Ow. What was? A cookie.
Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic.
Ow.
Sayori glances around.
Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my restitution.
Retribution. Oh wait, that was you. Actually, that one almost worked. Beautiful.
I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcake. It was totally worth seeing your reaction though.
Natsuki, that's so nice of you.
Dude, my elbow hurts.
Oh, you're almost done.
I'm so happy.
Sayori hugs the cookie.
Same.
Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a bite.
Hop.
Foreshadowing?
Well done.
Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth.
I bit my tongue.
Ooh.
You're going through a lot over just one cookie.
Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie.
This looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it?
Man, she's an oinker.
Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers.
There's chocolate.
Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Rude.
That was not what I was trying to put in the world there.
I get it. It's fine.
Oof. Feels way bad, man.
Look, it's fine. I'm on diet.
Jesus. Read your line.
Oh my god.
Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me.
Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her.
Oh jeez. I get it.
Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Oh. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie.
Hey! Did you seriously just do that?
Mouth full, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well.
Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can't you tell Sayori? Huh?
Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room.
Where's Monica?
Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today?
Nani?
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either.
Huh. That's a bit unusual.
Context.
Well, all makes sense later. Is all I'm saying.
I hope she's okay.
Of course she's okay. Probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all.
You don't think she has a...
I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
That's true.
Excuse me?
Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything.
Huh? Monica chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed.
Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzically glances at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time.
Speaking of losing track of time, we are past the time.
That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. Oh! Got carried away.
Faith was just gonna let you go.
Oh. What? What's that
I
mean?
must not have heard it since I was practicing piano.
Are we still going?
We should find a good spot to stop it.
Yeah, when should we?
When they go to the next activity.
Alright. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica.
Like trying to keep my mouse off of tits.
That is half the screen. Good luck.
I did the line.
I don't really... I kinda just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano.
That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica.
That's... Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will.
Yay!
That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Denton. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't mean to pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! So I didn't miss anything, did I? Not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. There we go. I think we're on the next thing.
Alright.
I don't remember.
Save the game.
Yep, you just pick an empty slot.
Oh.
Alright. NGL. 3 cute, 5 me. Would recommend.
Sorry, I'm not a Zoom.
Not gonna lie. 2 cute for me. But I said 3 cute, 5 me.
This is adorable.
Also, you just called me a zoomer. I took great offense. We must now battle to the death.
Alright.
Denton, why?
Yeah, Brandon was.
Alright.
Alright. That was. We will do this again later.
We're
Till
not
next
gonna
time.
Do it now? I'm gonna play now.
Yes, we're playing. Now we're playing Undertale, but we're doing
Okay.
this later.
Got
this
it.
particular stream.
I thought you were talking about the live in general. I was like,
This is
no,
too much
we're gonna
fun.
be here like in a minute. What?
Well, I've already done my thing, so.